Question. If you see this sign above your lane, you should. Option number 1. May not exit the freeway in this lane. Option number 2. May continue through the interchange or exit the freeway in this lane. Option number 3. May stay in this lane and continue through the interchange. Option number 4. Must exit the freeway if you stay in this lane. The answer is option number 4. Must exit the freeway if you stay in this lane. Note: if a yellow panel with the message exit only is on a highway sign, the lane below the sign will not continue through the interchange. Instead, the lane will go off of the road to form a ramp. If you are in a lane posted with an exit only, you may change lanes or you must exit the highway if you stay in this lane. Question. What should you be most concerned about when you see this sign? Option number 1. Driving with your headlights out of alignment because one side of your car is higher than other. Option number 2. Damaging a tire if you drift onto the shoulder. Option number 3. Hydroplaning if the shoulder has water on it. Option number 4. Losing control of your vehicle if you drift onto the shoulder because of a drop-off. The answer is option number 4. Losing control of your vehicle if you drift onto the shoulder because of a drop-off. Note: these signs are placed in advance of locations where the shoulder is lower than the road or the shoulder is soft, not paved. The lower shoulder sign is used where the shoulder is as much as 3 inches below the level of the road. The shoulder drop-off sign is used for even more severe drop-off situations. If you stray off of the roadway and one wheel drops off onto a low shoulder or a soft shoulder, do not slam on the brakes or steer sharply to try to get back onto the roadway. You can easily lose control of your vehicle. Question. If a traffic light is broken or not functioning, you should. Option number 1. Stop and wait for it to be repaired. Option number 2. Stop and wait for a police officer to arrive. Option number 3. Continue as if it were a 4-way stop sign. Option number 4. Continue as you normally would. The answer is option number 3. Continue as if it were a 4-way stop sign. Note: a non-functioning traffic signal should be treated as though it were a 4-way stop sign. Question. This sign means that option number 1. A community service group is picking up trash along the highway ahead. Option number 2. Workers are on or very close to the road in the work zone ahead. Option number 3. Children are at play ahead. Option number 4. There is a pedestrian crosswalk ahead. The answer is option number 2. Workers are on or very close to the road in the work zone ahead. Note: workers ahead. Workers may be on or are very close to the roadway, so take special care when traveling through the area. Question. When you see this sign, it means option number 1. There is an object on the roadway. Option number 2. Traffic is coming from the right. Option number 3. The road is curving sharply to the left. Option number 4. There is a merge point ahead. The answer is option number 3. The road is curving sharply to the left. Note: chevron signs. There is a sharp change in the direction of the road, such as a curve to the left or right. The road bends in the direction the chevron points. When used in a curve, there will be an advanced curve warning sign, and there may be several chevron signs placed throughout the curve. Question. From the center lane, what maneuvers can you perform? Option number 1. Make left turns. Option number 2. Make U-turns. Option number 3. Pass slower moving traffic. Option number 4. All of the above. The answer is option number 1. Make left turns. Note: center lane left turn only. This sign indicates where a lane is reserved for the exclusive use of left-turning vehicles in either direction and is not to be used for through traffic or passing. Question. A highway with two-way traffic is marked by which of these signs? The answer is option 3. Note. Two-way traffic ahead. The one-way street or roadway ends ahead. You will then be traveling on a road with two lanes of traffic moving in opposite directions. Stay in your lane to the right of the center line. This sign may also be placed at intervals along the two-way roadway. Question. Which of these signs is used to show the end of a divided highway? The answer is option 1. Note. Divided highway ends. The divided highway on which you are traveling ends ahead. You will then be on a roadway with two-way traffic. Keep to the right of the center line and watch for oncoming traffic. Question. This sign indicates that option 1. There is a steep hill ahead. Option 2. No trucks are allowed on the hill. Option 3. A logging road is ahead. Option 4. There are trucks on the hill. The answer is option 1. There is a steep hill ahead. Note. Hill or downgrade. There is a steep hill ahead. Slow down and be ready to shift to a lower gear to control your speed and to save wear and tear on your brakes. Question. The sign with this shape and color is a dash sign. Option 1. No passing zone. Option 2. Wrong way. Option 3. Railroad crossing. Option 4. Stop. The answer is option 1. No passing zone. Note. No passing zone. This is the only pennant-shaped warning sign. This sign marks the beginning of a no passing zone and is placed on the left side of the road facing the driver. Question. When you drive through an area where children are playing, you should expect them. Option 1. To know when it is safe to cross. Option 2. To stop at the curb before crossing the street. Option 3. To run out in front of you without looking. Option 4. Not to cross unless they are with an adult. The answer is option 3. To run out in front of you without looking. Note. Always reduce speed and use extra caution when children are in the vicinity. They may fail to understand the danger and may run out in front of you without looking. You must observe school zone speed limits and stop for school buses when red signals are flashing. School zones and school buses stops are locations with high concentrations of children. Question. An orange triangle on the back of a vehicle indicates that vehicle. Option 1. Carries radioactive materials. Option 2. Takes wide turns. Option 3. Travels at slower speeds than normal traffic. Option 4. Makes frequent stops. The answer is option 3. Travels at slower speeds than normal traffic. Note. Watch out for vehicles that have trouble keeping up with the flow of other traffic, and when entering the roadway, they take longer to pick up speed. This includes some large trucks as well as farm equipment and horse-drawn vehicles. Trucks, especially on long or steep upgrades, typically use their flashers to alert other drivers they are moving slowly. In rural areas, an orange triangle is displayed on the back of farm tractors and horse-drawn vehicles designed to operate at 25 miles per hour or less. This is a slower speed than traffic normally travels. In certain areas of Pennsylvania, it is not at all usual to find yourself sharing the road with farm tractors and horse-drawn vehicles. Stay a safe distance back and do not honk to pass. Question. When sharing the road with a truck, it is important to remember that in general, trucks. Option 1. Take longer distances than cars to stop. Option 2. Require less time to pass on a downgrade than cars. Option number 3. Require less turning radius than cars. Option number 4. Require less time to pass on an incline than cars. The answer is option number 1. Take longer distances than cars to stop. Note: whether you are sharing the road with a vehicle, truck, bus, or other large vehicles, it is important for safety's sake to obey traffic laws, abide by the rules of the road, and drive defensively. The key to safer highways is to know the trucks or bus blind spot, no zone. The no zone represents danger areas around trucks and buses where crashes are more likely to occur. Because of their size, trucks need longer distances to stop. However, a vehicle following too closely still may not be able to stop quickly enough to avoid rear-ending the truck. If you are following a truck, stay out of its no zone. Avoid following too closely and position your vehicle so the truck driver can see it in their side mirrors. You will then have a good view of the road ahead, and truck driver can give you plenty of warning for a stop or a turn. You will have more time to react and make a safe stop. When following a truck or bus, if you cannot see the side mirrors of the vehicle in front of you, the driver of the large vehicle cannot see you. Question: your blind spot is the area of the road. Option number 1. You cannot see without moving your head. Option number 2. Directly behind your vehicle. Option number 3. You see in your rear view mirror. Option number 4. You see in your side mirror. The answer is option number 1. You cannot see without moving your head. Note: a blind spot is any place around a vehicle a driver cannot see without moving their head. Question: when you park on the roadway, you should. Option number 1. Use your four-way flashers. Option number 2. Park at an angle. Option number 3. Keep your turn signal on. Option number 4. Turn your lights on. The answer is option number 1. Use your four-way flashers. Note: when you must park on the roadway, use your four-way flashers and give enough room to passing vehicles. Make sure your vehicle can be seen at least 500 feet in both directions. Question: when traveling below 40 miles per hour on a limited access highway, you should. Option number 1. Drive on the shoulder. Option number 2. Use your high beams. Option number 3. Sound your horn to warn others. Option number 4. Use your four-way flashers. The answer is option number 4. Use your four-way flashers. Note: signaling when slowing down or stopping, your brake lights tell other drivers you are slowing down or stopping. If you are going to brake where other drivers may not expect it, quickly tap your brake pedal 3 or 4 times. If you must drive below 40 miles per hour on a limited access highway, use your hazard four-way flashers to warn the drivers behind you. Question: if a vehicle using high beams comes towards you, you should look towards dash of the road. Option number 1. Either side. Option number 2. The center. Option number 3. The right side. Option number 4. The left side. The answer is option number 3. The right side. Note: if a vehicle using high beams comes towards you, flash your high beams quickly a few times. If the driver does not dim their lights, look towards the right side of the road. This will keep you from being blinded by other vehicles' headlights and will allow you to see well enough to stay on your course until the vehicle passes. Question: if another car is in danger of hitting you, you should. Option number 1. Sound your horn. Option number 2. Wave your arms. Option number 3. Use your emergency lights. Option number 4. Flash your headlights. The answer is option number 1. Sound your horn. Note: honk your horn to attract attention. If the other driver does not move over, try to escape to the right if possible. If you swerve left and the other driver corrects at the last instant, you will still crash. If a collision is unavoidable, brake firmly and steadily. Every mile per hour you slow down will reduce the impact. Question: if someone is driving aggressively behind you, you should: option number 1, try to get out of the aggressive driver's way. Option number 2, stare at the driver as they are passing you. Option number 3, speed up as they are passing you. Option number 4, block the passing lane. The answer is option number 1. Try to get out of the aggressive driver's way. Question: when you hear a fire engine siren, you must: option number 1, slow down until it passes you. Option number 2, drive with your flashers on. Option number 3, pull over to the side of the road and stop. Option number 4, speed up and take the nearest exit. The answer is option number 3, pull over to the side of the road and stop. Note: when you hear a siren or see a vehicle approaching from any direction with flashing red lights or a combination of red and blue lights, you must: pull over to the curb or side of the road and stop. Drive parallel and as near to the curb as possible. On one-way streets, drive towards the nearest roadside and stop. Stay clear of intersections. Start driving again after the emergency vehicle passes you. Keep at least 500 feet away from it. Make sure another emergency vehicle is not coming. Question: after an emergency vehicle passes you with its siren on, you must: option number 1, drive closely to the police car. Option number 2, drive as fast as the police car. Option number 3, avoid driving closer than 500 feet behind the emergency vehicle. Option number 4, drive near the curb very slowly. The answer is option number 3, avoid driving closer than 500 feet behind the emergency vehicle. Note: take sirens seriously and make way for an ambulance, fire truck or police vehicle. Start driving again after the emergency vehicle passes you, keeping at least 500 feet away from it. Question: these pavement markings tell you that at the intersection ahead: option number 1, center lane traffic may go straight or turn left. Option number 2, you can only turn right from the center lane. Option number 3, the center lane merges into one lane. Option number 4, center lane traffic must turn left. The answer is option number 1. Center lane traffic may go straight or turn left. Note: the signs and markings here indicate you must turn right if you are in the right lane. If you are in the left lane, you must turn left. If you are in the center lane, you may either turn left or go straight to the intersection. Question: drivers entering a roundabout or traffic circle: option number 1, must stop before entering. Option number 2, must yield to drivers in the roundabout or traffic circle. Option number 3, have the right of way if they arrive first. Option number 4, have the right of way if there are two lanes. The answer is option number 2, must yield to drivers in the roundabout or traffic circle. Note: drivers entering a circular intersection or roundabout must yield the right of way to drivers already in the circle. Approaching and entering. Number 1. When approaching a roundabout, slow down and be prepared to yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk. Number 2. Pull up to the yield line, look to the left and check for approaching traffic within the roundabout. Circulating traffic has the right of way. Number 3. Enter the roundabout when there is an adequate gap in the traffic. Exiting the roundabout. Number 1. Once you have entered the roundabout, proceed counterclockwise to your exit point. You now have the right of way. Number 2. As you approach your exit, use your right turn signal. Number 3. Watch for pedestrians in the crosswalk and be prepared to yield. Number 4. Exit the roundabout. Question. When you are in a line of traffic that is crossing a railroad track that has no signals or gates, option number 1. You have the right of way and do not need to check for trains. Option number 2. You may pass slower drivers crossing the track. Option number 3. You need to make sure there is space to get all the way across the tracks without stopping before you start to cross. Option number 4. All of the above. The answer is option number 3. You need to make sure there is space to get all the way across the tracks without stopping before you start to cross. Question. For a first conviction for driving under the influence at any blood alcohol concentration level, you could: option number 1. Lose your license for up to 5 years. Option number 2. Be required to conduct a public education class on the dangers of drunk driving. Option number 3. Be required to drive with a restricted occupational license. Option number 4. Pay a fine of at least $300. The answer is option number 4. Pay a fine of at least $300. Question. If under 21 years of age, you are considered to be driving while under the influence if your blood alcohol level is: option number 1. 0.08% or higher. Option number 2. 0.10% or higher. Option number 3. 0.05% or higher. Option number 4. 0.02% or higher. The answer is option number 4. 0.02% or higher. Note: if you are under age 21, Pennsylvania's law do not permit you to drive with any measurable alcohol in your system. If you are under age 21, you are considered to be driving under the influence if your blood alcohol level is 0.02 or greater. Question. The minimum drinking age in Pennsylvania is dash years. Option number 1. 9. Option number 2. 20. Option number 3. 21. Option number 4. 18. The answer is option number 3. 21. Question. This sign tells you that: option number 1. No turns are allowed on this road. Option number 2. The road narrows ahead. Option number 3. There are a series of curbs ahead. Option number 4. The road may be slippery when wet. The answer is option number 3. There are a series of curves ahead. Note: winding road, series of curves. This sign indicates there are 3 or more curves in a row on the road ahead. Question. This sign shows one type of: option number 1. Intersection. Option number 2. Road curve. Option number 3. Right turn. Option number 4. Lane change. The answer is option number 1. Intersection. Note: intersection signs. The signs below show types of intersections. By showing you in advance how the roads join each other, the signs let you know when the road you are traveling on does not continue straight through the intersection. The signs also warn you about possible problems with the movements of other vehicles. Approach all of these intersection types with extra caution by searching ahead and preparing to slow down if necessary. Question. This sign means: option number 1. Stop. Option number 2. No U-turn. Option number 3. Yield. Option number 4. Do not enter. The answer is option number 4. Do not enter. Note: the do not enter and wrong way signs work as a team. The do not enter sign is put at the beginning of one-way streets and ramps. When you see this sign, do not drive onto the street or ramp in the direction you are heading.